Today's video is going to be all about one of the most, or if not the most anticipated sneaker of the year, the Jordan 1 Dark Mochas. Roll it! If you are new here, hit that subscribe and like button for your boy because it does go a long way in helping out the channel grow, so thank you. Also, big shout out to Sneak Kick Shop and the owner, Brother Sepp, for looking out for me in copying this pair right here. It's because of them that this review was made possible, so big shout out to you guys. Link in the description down below for both their Facebook and Instagram pages. You know the drill. Now, with all the formalities out the way, let's address the elephant in the room. So, you got your Travis Scott 2.0s, poor man's Travis Scott alternatives. You're going to hear a lot of that comparisons when talking about this sneaker right here, and mostly because of the color that they used. What you get here is a black toe color blocking, and then the color here on the back is that earth tone or dark mocha color, which strongly resembles the Travis Scott ones. Some are saying sneaker of the year, but we'll settle that later. The sneaker released on October 31st with a retail price of $170 or 8,095 pesos here in the Philippines. And as far as resale prices go, people are paying as high as 17 to around 22,000 pesos in the secondary market, which isn't really that shocking considering the hype built around the pair. As for the materials, it's primarily a leather build with the exception of the heel part here, which is made out of suede. And it's actually pretty good. I say that because whenever you brush up against the material, you get a little bit of that color change, which is a good sign whenever you're dealing with suede. Now the leather quality, not so much. Jordan brand kind of skimped out on us when it came to the leather quality, which is a little bit of a bummer because I was expecting better quality, but yeah, this ain't it, chief. I mean, it's a general release sneaker, so it's mass produced. It is what it is. Going more into the shoe, the midsole and the underlay parts of the shoe is pretty dope because instead of the traditional white color, you actually get that off-white or sail color. It's a subtle touch, but it definitely goes a long way. Sail or off-white is pretty much color of the year. Let's take a quick rundown. So, off the top of my head, you got the what do you call it, the Stussy collab, the Air Spear Dawn 2s, I think, and that had the fossil colorway. Jordan 4 off-white sail. There's even like a Air Force One Stussy collab in the works, also an off-white or sail color. So yeah, pretty much sail is the way to go. Kudos to Jordan brand for using that on the panels. But the tongue though, it's white. Which, to be honest, I find a little weird because, you know, I don't know what the thought process was for that. If you're gonna use off-white on the midsole and on the underlays, why not use it and run with it all throughout the shoe? Just sail away. Yeah, that was bad. Sorry, that was a bad joke. My bad. But it's all good though. At the end of the day, you're gonna put laces on it, so it isn't gonna be noticeable. I mean, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Nike Air in the tongue, and they get that black outsole. And if you want to switch it up, they do have an extra pair of sail laces. I've seen some people rock it, mix and match. Sail on the left, black on the right, but it's pretty much up to you if you want to spice it up or keep it low-key. It all comes down to preference. Now let's talk about the sneaker of the year claim. Do you agree with that comment? I mean, competition is pretty steep. There has been a lot of really good releases that came out in 2020. Off the top of my head, you get the Travis Scott SBs, you get the Chunky Dunkies, the Jordan 4 off-white sail, what else? Oh, the Jordan 4 Union joints, the Dior. So there's been a lot of really good releases, man. So I don't know about sneaker of the year, but maybe like the Jordan 1s of the year, like the People's Champ. I think that's a more accurate title to give them. However you want to put it, I think we can all agree that the Jordan 1 Dark Mochas are just a vibe, man. I'm happy to cop a pair, and it's definitely going to be a mandatory in the sneaker rotation, if you know what I'm talking about. Ooh, here's a good question. Which is better? Just take hype and resale value out of the equation for a bit, just strictly colorway based. Are these better than the Travis Scott ones? You can make the argument that this is easier to style, because, you know, the other pair had most of the earth tone or the dark mocha color on the overlays, and not to mention the big reverse swoosh and all. So yeah, let me know in the comment section which is better, these or the Travis Scotts. Again, take hype and resale value out of the equation. Let me know that in the comment section below. Alright, so there you have it for my review of the Jordan 1 Dark Mochas. Despite of the leather quality, all things considered, I think it's still a dope pair to add in the collection. If you like this video, go ahead and smash the subscribe button, like the video, hit the bell icon below, all that good stuff, and catch you guys in the next one. Take care. God bless. Roll it.